Do you guys hear all those chipmunks? They are so mad that I am out here, but the weather is absolutely beautiful and I'm back with more books. This time it is my August OwlCrate. So this is actually super late for the OwlCrates. Technically this should be the September one, but no, this is August 2018 OwlCrate, and I wanted to open it up with you guys because I'm still on a book reading binge. I definitely hope you have some really great book recommendations. Anything from young adult or like adult fiction or even non-fiction, especially if you've seen anything good in the biology section. There's like B for Beaver, I think is going to be coming out soon, all about beavers, and perfect, right up my alley for enjoying reading. But I know a lot of you guys are into the young adult fiction things, so I have more books along those themes. OwlCrate is also not sponsored. I just really think it's quite fun. I've been getting a few months of the boxes so that I can read some of the little highlighted books that they have tucked in there and enjoy a lot of the bookworm swag, and it has been really fun. I have done several OwlCrate vlogs over on the vlog channel, which is where they normally live, but I'm really hoping I can encourage you guys to enjoy all the bookworm awesomeness and maybe get you really excited to read, because it is super important to read. I really think that reading fiction and fantasy is one of the most important things you can do, especially when you're younger, because the more that you work your imagination and the more that you kind of grow your just creativity for what could be, then the bigger and deeper you are going to be able to make your sense of hope for the world. I really feel like how you take care of your imagination, how you take care of your creativity is directly tied into how much you can look at the world with hope and how much you can feel like you can move forward and have an idea of what moving forward looks like. So read some books so that you too can hope for a bright and beautiful future, which is a little ironic to talk about because this box, if I remember correctly, is actually based all around villains. So let's go ahead, open it up. I have no idea what's inside. I think the theme is maybe villains, and that sounded kind of cool, so I got this box, but we're gonna see. So, you guys ready? All right, let's do this. I've already cut open the bottom and, okay. What's in there? Oh, that's really bright. Maybe it's not villains. All right, let's see. Nope, definitely villains. Ruthless Royals. So this is the Ruthless Royals box. Here we have the postcard that's going to give us the spoilers for everything inside. And the very first thing at the top, whoa, that's really pretty. Look at this, guys. This is genuine agate. Wow, I'm actually a huge fan of rock specimens, as you guys know from the big collections that I have of various minerals and crystals down on my deck. So this is really, really cool. Oh my gosh, look at this ring. And it's resizable so that I can kind of squeeze it shut a little more. Or, that's really awesome actually. Oh my gosh. Okay, tell me about yourself, you beautiful agate ring. Let's see if I can find it. Have your subjects kiss your royal jewels while wearing this pretty gemstone ring from GeoCentral. It's made out of genuine agate stone. So that is really awesome. Okay, OwlCrate always really impresses me by the diversity of things that they put into their boxes too. So the next thing that I feel, oh, look at the cute little bag. Wow. Okay, that's really adorable. So already I really like this. I could put like coins when I travel inside. It's a new little coin bag. But what is in it? Let's find out. What does this say? May you always find beauty. Look at that. I like that slogan. Oh, it's a little mirror. Hey! That's really cool. It's like a little pocket mirror. It kind of makes me want to go be a detective like you see in the really old movies where they like peered around a corner. Maybe I can look at the chipmunks under the deck with this because that would be really cool. May you always find beauty. Already, this is like a really fun little collection of things. Mirrors and the concept of beauty play a huge role in the world of Orleans. We hope you enjoy this stunning exclusive pocket mirror inspired by the Bells and designed by Katerina Book Designs. And I think I've actually heard of the Bells. So if you've heard of any of these books, please like, oh, I know guys. Okay, so when you give me book suggestions, could you do like a fun little emoji rating? Like so many emojis out of so many. Like whatever you want to use. I would use leaves, obviously. But if you could give me like a little emoji ratings so that I can kind of scan it and see what you would recommend as like your 5 out of 5s, or maybe ones that are like, yeah, this is a 3, and that would really help me so that I can start reading some of the things that you guys enjoy. We can talk about them, work on building up that creativity and imagination, which would be really cool. So anyway, I'm rambling, but let's see what the next thing is. This is kind of big. What is this? What is this? Oh, this is pretty. What? I like for things to happen, stories to unfold. And if I can't find a good enough story, I make one. Holly Black. Okay, my eyes are shining because that's literally my life motto. I create every day and it makes me so happy. Just the ability to create, the act of creating, taking a picture and sharing it on Instagram, being able to write in my joy journal some cool joy journal entries, baking a bread with chips. I love creating things and I love telling stories and finding stories out. So this is beautiful. It looks like a book. And I am a mere, oh, that has another one. I am a mere mortal and you are the Prince of Fairy. You must have so much to lose and I have nothing. Well, that one doesn't really apply to me. But the front, telling your own stories, that is totally me. Oh, sharpen your blade, harden your heart. Ooh, okay. Now I might need to read what this is from, but it's a little box. I can put some of my pins. My pin swag can go in here. I was just telling Chips I needed a pin swag box. This is all like A+ so far. I really love this. Does it say anything? Okay, let's see. Gotta be careful not to read too many things. Could you survive in the fairy courts? Hide your treasures and keepsakes inside of this beautiful exclusive book tin, designed with love by Stella Bookish Art and featuring artwork inspired by The Cruel Prince, which I've actually heard a lot of people talk about. I see that everywhere, The Cruel Prince, so it might be very popular in young adult fiction. Definitely gonna look into that. I'm loving this. This is so amazing. All right, have to be careful not to, I don't need the chipmunks to get their little cheeks on that and like carry it off to store it. Here is the monthly pin. I do have a little like pin banner that's actually from, I think that's from like 2 months ago, maybe 1 month ago from OwlCrate that I like to put these on. So those are fun to collect. I could even put them inside my new little book tin. And then we've got, next up, what is this? The Royal Assassin Tea Towel. What? Oh, Chips and I have started collecting a few tea towels as they come in because we like to have tea time after we went to London, and we come home and we have tea time with some really yummy things. But let's see what the Royal Assassin's tea towel looks like. All right. I see a quote. It says Sarah J. That means a lot of you guys who really love her series are going to be happy. Let's see. She had often wished for adventure and old spells and wicked kings. A Throne of Glass quote. Now, Throne of Glass has been recommended to me. I might read it. I have to say I didn't really enjoy A Court of Thorns and Roses and its entire series in the end. There were some good parts, but it wouldn't be a series that I would like really recommend now, which is probably gonna make some of you guys mad, but I just feel very strongly for some of the messages that were sent in there. But I hear that this series by her is actually very good, so I'm gonna look into that. And the quality, as usual, is very high for OwlCrate. This is actually really soft. And you don't expect a tea towel to be soft. But I do love that message. That message I can definitely agree with. And I love the style of it and all the little constellation pieces here. The crows seem to like it too, apparently. All right, what else do we have in here? We have got, I wanted freedom in the same way I wanted my next breath. An unspoken but constant desire. Before She Ignites by Jody Meadows. Also heard about that one. Oh wow, so it's like an ad for that. That looks really cool. Okay, I might have to read those books too. I have a lot of time to read and I love reading. And I think, I almost saw the book, but I'm trying not to peek at the book because we have a couple more things at the bottom. There's always so much cool swag. I really love it. It just makes it feel so exciting to love books, right? And then let's see. Here we go. So the last little piece in here for, oh, this is so cute, the magnetic bookmarks from Crafted Van, and they're little villains. They're some of our most classic villains. Fun fact, Maleficent is actually one of my favorite villains of all time because, come on, she works with like roses, and I just thought that she was very beautifully done in Sleeping Beauty, and that was one of like the first shows that I really loved as an artistic story when I was an itty bitty little kid. And we've got right here, this is going to be the Queen from Alice in Wonderland, and this is going to be Snow White's mother, so Snow White's evil mother, and on the back of their little magnetic pieces you can see like their caricatures that they are. So Maleficent has a really cool dragon. I like Maleficent a lot actually. She's one of my favorite villains. So that's really fun. As usual, we have the little OwlCrate booklet that will include a fun little crossword, or not crossword, yeah, those are crosswords, right? Yeah. Crossword for you to do, and then if you enjoy the book that is inside, here are some suggestions. There's a interview with some of the creators. I really love seeing those kinds of insights. And then it will have the challenges for you to do, which I have actually not been able to do this month. Maybe next month I will do one of those things because that would be really fun. And then it tells you a little bit about next month's theme. So let's see. We'll look at next month's theme after we look at the exclusive book that has been included. So here we go. Wow, this is pretty. Grace and Fury. Look at how gorgeous that book is. And I have to say, out of all of the books, the OwlCrate books usually tend to be pretty spot on for me, and I really do enjoy them. So let's come down here. Grace and Fury. She's in prison for a crime that isn't her own, and now she's about to fight to death. She hates everything about the Graces and what they represent, and now she's one of them. What? Okay. Okay. This is really pretty. She balanced on a precipice, as windblown and perilous as a real cliff. There was a difference between defiance and outright rebellion. Could she do this? Could she jump over the ledge? Maybe not for herself, but for her sister, yes. Oh, see, I really love my younger sister. We're about 3 years apart, and I am very close with her now that we're both almost in our 30s. We finally have gotten over all the teenage drama and we've become very close, and I really love sister books as a result. Like, I will say, reading A Court of Thorns and Roses, that was probably one of my favorite plots, was just the familial themes that were in it. That's all I'll say so I don't do spoilers. So things that have to do with a strong bond between sisters, I'm just really feeling lately, so that makes me excited to sound like to see that there's probably like a sister story in here. As usual, it is also signed by the author, which always gives me like little excited goosebumps. I'm gonna be completely honest, it really does. And I think I'm really gonna like this. All right, groomed her whole life to be a Grace. What? Okay, this might be a really fun read. I'm probably going to dig through this very soon. Hopefully I will enjoy it enough to be able to do some sort of review with you guys, because I think that's always really exciting. And we have a note from the author. Dear OwlCrate reader, the patriarchal world of Virda in Grace and Fury is fictional, of course, but it also is rooted in a reality that many of us deal with in subtle and not so subtle ways. So much of our world is structured to limit a woman's opportunities, education, and independence. Maybe it's not a surprise that these restraints have been on my mind a lot lately. Somebody is paying attention. But one thing that keeps giving me hope is how much women can accomplish when we work together, especially when we're angry. Like Nomi, I believe it's possible to dismantle the patriarchy and give women a more equal seat at the table. We just have to stand up for each other in all of our fury and grace. Happy reading from Lacey. So, alright, there's definitely going to be some political themes in this book, which I actually appreciate. These books are, after all, intended for young adult audiences, and it's a good idea to start being introduced to various topics that will shape all of our lives in ways that can kind of introduce you to some of the subtle nuances and give you a feeling of autonomy and control. And I think that is very important, especially in young adult fiction. But I'll talk more about that in like some of my reviews of why I think young adult fiction is so important, and I'm developing a much deeper appreciation for it as I read more of it. So I'm gonna read this book. I am very excited, if you can't tell, for my ring. Like, my favorite things in here are probably the ring, the 10, and actually the little bag that the mirror came in. Those are probably my favorite pieces of swag so far, but I tend to enjoy all of it as time goes on, and I think that the bookmarks are really cute too and very useful. So I hope you guys have enjoyed. I've really enjoyed opening up the OwlCrate and the fairy loot boxes and just kind of sharing them with you, just to be excited about what it means to love books, and just to be excited about some of the creative ways that people come up with to sort of express that love. Some people create tea towels, some people make fan art, some people write fan fiction. However it is that you really feel like you can expand your imagination and just work on your creativity, do it. It's really important. The more you do that, the more you build up a capacity and just the ability to dream about hope and the ability to believe that things can be different. So I'm gonna read my books. Enjoy the beautiful day. I hope you all have a wonderful day and you will go and read something amazing. Bye guys.